How's it going, guys? It's Mr. Lone Wolf, and today I wanted to show you they've introduced the prop hunt game back to Black Ops 4, so I've been having a little go on it, and it's not been too bad, but I've got to be honest, there's something that does feel a little bit boring about it, and I can't really quite put my finger on it, but I played prop hunt quite a lot on World War II. I thought that was pretty damn funny on that, but it just feels really slow on this game, and then once you actually find someone, I'll get to that in a second. One thing I think is worth doing if you have a go is just go down and turn your music volume down to nothing, because when the timer sort of underneath the map gets to 0, they all whistle, and the music can sometimes put you off a bit. So I ended up starting as a bloody massive box. If you've seen then, there was a guy that was an actual like piece of driftwood, and I ended up finding a guy that was a piece of driftwood in a different game, and the hit detection on this game seems really shit. I think that's half of the problem with it. So when you actually find a prop, unless they're like a massive gigantic box, you can't shoot them, and they just run off, and it's like, it makes it sort of a bit of a pain in the ass, especially when you're on the team that is doing the looking, you're not actually the prop. Another thing I don't like about it is when this was my first ever game, when I started I was looking for the other guys first, and then obviously when it gets to 2-3, the game just ends, so I have to spend 3 turns looking for props, but I only got to have 2 goes at being a prop, which not only I think is a bit shit, but eventually people are just going to start pulling out after they've had their second go at being a prop, because they just know that the next game they're going to just have to hunt for props, and then they're not going to get a chance to do it again themselves. So I actually hid underwater at first. This was on the contraband map. I had quite a few people swimming past me, but not too long before the end they finally clocked on what I was up to. But I did alright, to be honest, for the size of the prop I was. Like I said, there's a lot of people that are tiny little things. This guy's like a little cocaine package or something. This guy's that piece of driftwood. And again, it's not... well, obviously finding the piece of driftwood is pretty fucking hard on that map, but it's once you try and shoot them that it sort of ruins the game a bit. Again, next game I'm a gigantic fucking boat, so if you press triangle though, you can actually change, like you only get 2 chances, so I became this little red box or crate thing. I was like, fuck it, I'll take my chances with this. I thought I'd be alright over here, thought it'd be a pretty nice little spot. To be honest, I was busy messing around seeing how close to the edge of the map I could get, and then the timer ran out, so I was like, sod it, I'll stay here, see if I get any luck. I thought I might be alright, but I was a bit overconfident, I think. Some guy, obviously, he's played prop hunt plenty of times before, he seemed clocked on to what was happening. Straight over towards me. I hadn't whistled for a little while at that point, it's like he fucking already knew where I was. I left a few little things just to show you what other stuff there is. There's a plant, like I say, this guy's like a little stack of fucking cocaine packages or something. This guy again is a piece of driftwood. Pretty fucking hard to find. There's a barrel. This is just on this level, obviously, I think it changes. See, that guy's trying to shoot all the wood there because he can hear whistling, and you can't even barely hit the driftwood when it's sat still. I got lucky there that I seen this little red crate, but again, look at the hit detection. He's around here somewhere. Last time I seen someone hide under that piece of metal, that's why I was shooting more under that. So there's the crate, I finally got him, but that's how bad I think the hit detection is. And then I find this way, more finds me, runs into me. But again, I start spraying bullets, and look, not one bullet hits until I actually aim fully in. Even though you can see on the screen it looks like my bullets are hitting him. This cone, I mean, you look how many of us are going for this guy, and none of us can get him. I got a bit pissed off there because that guy got in my way earlier as well, same fucking guy, and blocked my concussion grenade. But I think all 6 of us are here now. We can all see him. They're all following him around that way, so I went this way. But just because he's this little tin, we're all throwing concussion grenades, we're all firing at him, and there's just... because the hit detection's so shit, like that's the best thing to do. As soon as you're a prop, just change until you're something tiny, and look at it. And in the end we lose the game because of it, and to be honest, this was my first time near enough, so I was actually laughing when he was running around, but I could see that pissing me off pretty damn quickly. Like, I've obviously just had 3 or 4 goes this time, but for the actual longevity of playing it, I got bored pretty quick after 3 or 4 games. This was my last go in the end, just because that bit was a little bit sort of funny, sneaking past them, but I don't know, there's something that feels quite long and drawn out about it. I think it's possibly because a lot of the maps are pretty big. And in the end I tried to jump somewhere and I fell off the map. I was going to try and freeze myself in midair. So that's it for Prop Hunt. Give it a go if you miss it from the old days, but I don't think it's as good. Anyway, thanks for watching and I'll be back soon.